Hi, Aries. Welcome to your June reading. The very first thing I hear when I tap into your energy for June is that you could triumph over some imposter syndrome that you experience. There's a couple things happening astrologically this month. On June 9th, Venus and Jupiter will share a little kiss, a little conjunction, and that brings together a lot of luck and opportunity, but it's something that we really have to cash in on and we have to put to work, right? That'll be happening in your fourth house of home, family, roots, the platform from which you spring to wherever it is you're trying to go, right? At the same time this month, Chiron, the wounded healer, will move into your second house, the house of money and values, the things that you care about, the things that you stand on, right? So when I tuned into that, Spirit said you could triumph over imposter syndrome. Get a chance to walk your talk, show your stuff, face any fears around being an imposter or people not appreciating what you have and what you bring to the table. You have an intimate relationship now with Chiron, Aries, because Chiron is just now, even now as you listen to this reading, finishing up its run through the sign of Aries. So being who you are, embracing aspects of yourself that maybe you didn't feel safe to share, contending with old wounds around your worth, your direction, the point of your life, right? And now it moves into that second house. Now it's time to walk the talk that you learned in that first house and face those fears and triumph over that imposter syndrome. Happy to bring that kind of news. That's fun. All right. So we've got into your stars. Now let's get into the cards for the month of June for Aries, Spirit, for all Aries people tuned in for this message, Spirit. Aries sun, moon, and rising people. Spirit, from your high and loving perspective, you can see the whole board and all the players. We want to see what you see. We want to know where and how you see Aries. Want to know where they've been, what they need to know about it in order to get where they are trying to go, Spirit. Show us where they're headed and anything they need to know to navigate it for their highest good, for their joy, alignment, ease, abundance, a sense of self, being in the right place at the right time, working their skills, enjoying themselves to their highest good, Spirit, in the month of June for Aries. Let's see what we got here. In the month of June, Spirit, what do they need to know? Where are they headed? And what do they need to know for their highest good? Really nice. Okay, so sitting in the past, first things first, Page of Swords. So what truth have you spoken recently, Aries, that might have changed the weather up a little bit, might have shaken the table slightly? I feel like for most of you, you're going to be the bearer of that kind of news. However, some of you could have been on the receiving end. Like, what do you mean I need to move all of a sudden? Or what do you mean you've been holding this issue or this resentment and now it's coming forward at a sort of abrupt and seemingly inappropriate or inconvenient time? But Spirit is like, everybody around us is always our perfect teacher, including the people who are less mature than us and things like that. It's like, okay, this is catalyzing a reaction in me, and it's all about how I respond to this. So how to respond to this, Aries, whether it's you or someone else who has to deliver the inconvenient truth, which is what Spirit is saying. The response to the inconvenient truth is the Hermit, moving into the present moment. One of the things that Spirit is saying is standing on my own 2 feet. No, like what they're really having me hone in on is the Page of Swords is standing on sort of uneven ground if you zoom in and look at the card a little bit, whereas the Hermit is their feet are firmly planted. They can't be sort of shaken. A Page of Swords may be speaking some version of the truth, right? But usually it's lacking a sense of wisdom or maturity that the Hermit absolutely embodies. So if I look at it from more than just my perspective as an example, right? Pages are young, they're youthful. So this person may literally be youthful, you may be youthful, or they could just be a youthful person / a person lacking a little bit of maturity. So either way, this inconvenient truth, the purpose of it is to have you know and understand yourself better. I just said at the beginning of the reading, Chiron is finishing up its run. As I record this video, it's at the 29th degree of Aries. There's 30 degrees in each sign, so it's got one more degree to complete. And the 29th degree in astrology is actually called like a crisis degree. It's like a right on the edge type degree. And you have the Nine of Wands showing up as your guidance. That's very 29th degree. That's very hold on, we're right on the edge of something. Don't lose hope. Don't let your energy flag. That's kind of the vibe. And in order to do that, you need to tune in more deeply to yourself and what you want. This person doing this inconvenient truth or this fight or this conflict or whatever, it's pushing you to look deeper. And that, what Spirit is saying, is it's like look deeper also means open wider. It opens your vision up more if you look deeper into like, well, what is this making clear to me is what they're saying. What is this Page of Swords moment making very clear to me, and how do I want to respond to it? And one of the ways that I feel you want to respond to it is by opening up your options and the possibilities rather than drilling down and getting kind of laser focused on one thing. That's just something that I'm hearing. So where do I jump first? Let's see. Let's talk about the energy around you. The energy around you kind of goes with that is the Seven of Cups. It's like there are many options in front of you, and you could feel overwhelmed. Like Spirit is showing me somebody walking through like a department store, and they're talking about how much money people spend on the folks who come in and design that. And it's like, we need just enough things so that they want to buy stuff, but too many things, too many of the same thing or whatever can become overwhelming. And so Spirit is like, we want to make your ideas, your passions, the places where you want to spend your energy a little more selective, a little more curated, and a little more attractive. Spirit is saying less department store, more boutique. We don't have all of the things. We have a very few carefully, beautifully selected things. And what Spirit is saying with that is that for some of you, you are something like business owners. Maybe you do services, or maybe you sell products. And Spirit's talking about like fewer, better things, better than all of the things you could possibly think of and want. And we don't specialize in any of them. Does that make sense? We want to bring in a little bit of focus and a little bit of, Spirit's like, you have finite focus and energy. So we need to choose so carefully what we want to really invest in. And then they're bringing that back around to Chiron entering the second house, which is the house of income and money and values, investing in ourself. There's a house of money that we share with other people. This is the house about what I can do, what I love, what I value, and what I can earn from what I value, from my taste level, right? It's in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is very tasteful. Taurus also reminds me of the Empress, which is sitting as the clarifying card in your future. Creating beautiful things, enjoying beautiful things, embodying beautiful things, right? This is the direction that we're moving in. So the energy around and available to you again, it's like there's all kinds of options, there's all kinds of opportunities. So it's up to you to be really selective and to be the hermit and reflect on like, okay, but which things really resonate with me? Which things move me forward in the direction that I want to move in? You have a choice ahead of you, clearly, a really great choice. Two of Wands. We'll talk about that Two of Swords in just a second. We'll talk about it. But sitting in the future is a magnificent opportunity to expand your world. And I mean that literally and figuratively. Like getting into something new and also getting into new things can open up opportunities for travel. And I am feeling that as like that is available for some of the Aries people listening to this. If I take this job, I could go train over here, or they might move me or transfer me or whatever. I'm just hearing that. So you've got established skills, and Spirit's asking you to open up your aperture. That's what they keep showing me, is like a camera. Open up the aperture means letting in more light, right? And you can see more, you can capture more when you do that. So open up your eyes, open up your scope for what could satisfy you. That's all I'm saying, is like there are more options out there than you even know, and lots of them will be presented to you, but you've got to curate and discern. You've got to practice that discernment. The Empress is not like, no offense to the Octomom, the Empress is not the Octomom, right? Like she's doing a couple maybe babies at a time. It is not a regular thing to have like a litter, right? Like, so that's not what you are meant to be putting your focus on and trying to baby 7, 8 different opportunities, hobbies, whatever, right? Pick 1 or 2, and I really think that's about it. I really wouldn't even I don't think I'd necessarily even go beyond a 3. 3 would be absolute tops, okay? Triplets. That's plenty of work. That's plenty of energy and resources that you would have to devote, right? 2 of Wands and the Empress definitely says life is pregnant with possibility. That's how Spirit is putting it. Ha ha ha. But very true. There's an adventure available if you want to grab for it. 9 of Wands, let's revisit that, sitting in the guidance position. You have been put through the paces. You know, Spirit is even making me think of the fact that like Chiron going through Aries. That's not an easy thing, to have the wounded healer move through your own sign, cross over your own sun or ascendant or moon or whatever placements you have in Aries. That is a very poignant, stripping, raw kind of energy, facing the wounds that we have in order to heal them, right? And in order to become a better healer to others. You have learned so much through every bit of the journey that you have been through, and you have the opportunity to present it to other people. And that does not come from pushing yourself through a brick wall. That comes from treating yourself like the Hermit and then the Empress. Finding the thing and then nurturing the thing/things. 3 tops. Okay. Sitting in a likely outcome, a place that, you know, like water runs downwards, the energy is just sort of running this way, and you can choose to paddle with it, or you can paddle against it and try to go elsewhere, to paddle in the direction you want to. 2 of Swords can represent getting stuck. We've got a 2 of Wands choice, and then we've got a 2 of Swords as a likely outcome. Not making a move because you feel like, I don't have enough information. That can be the 2 of Swords, is a false belief that if we get more information, more data, more training, more input, is something Spirit is saying, that we will make the right decision. The input is coming from inside the house. The Hermit, that's where it's meant to come from. You are meant to focus on and tend to your own home fires, is something that I'm hearing. And crucially, the 2 of Swords has her back to the sea, her back to the moon, her back to all that is the irrational data, how I feel about what I'm doing or what I want to do, how I feel when I'm doing it, right? Like, if I know this is a great idea and people give me lots of money for doing the thing, but I hate doing the thing, and the whole time I'm doing the thing, I'm wishing I was doing anything else, then that's probably not sustainable, right? If I'm leaving my body or my heart or my soul or my intuition out of the equation, I'm not going to get the correct answer. So 2 of Swords, I would say uncross your swords and look at how you feel. Look at what your intuition is telling you, what your gut is telling you. The 2 of Swords is trying to go strictly by what I know. And there's a lot that is only knowable by going through the journey, right? And you're in Aries. I don't have to belabor that point. You know all about pioneering. So do what you do best and turn your 2 of Swords possibility into a Two of Wands choice. I am deliberately making a choice. It's okay if I'm wrong. It's okay if I change my mind. It's okay if I start the journey, go on it for a few days or a few weeks and go, actually, yeah, I think maybe it was back there. Like, my bad. Okay, I'll go back through. And then who knows, I may have an encounter or an opportunity or an event that occurs on the way back to where I was trying to go that is like, oh, this is why I came out here in the first place. Does that make sense? Sometimes it doesn't go the way we think it goes, like needs to go. It goes where it needs to go. That's something that I'm hearing too. Sitting in the key position, Queen of Cups. Who is your Queen of Cups? This person could help you, Two of Swords, look at your ocean, look at your moon. The Queen of Cups is an expert on looking into the deep waters and reflecting on what is there. Being able to look at you and reflect to and with you what is going on with you in a way that you, a perspective that you can't see. Right? She's an expert in that realm. What does that look like to you? I say she. This could be a man. This could be a non-binary person. This person could have whatever pronouns. But a Queen of Cups is someone who makes you feel nurtured, held, seen, comforted, very gentle, but also deep presence. So by gentle, I don't just mean sweet and nice. This person could be an amazing therapist or intuitive or whatever. Someone who sees very deeply and is able to share it with you in a way that is gentle and moving and helps you see it clearly. Does that make sense? That person could be a great ally in helping you make a decision. And really all that they will be able to do is help you gain more clarity about what you are feeling. It's not that they have a better sense than you. It's that they can help you get clearer and clearer on what you are feeling and going with that. Does that make sense? I hope that maybe I have served as a proxy Queen of Cups for you, Aries. Much love to you. Like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you vibe, and if you ever want to get a personal reading, the way to do that is right here. I appreciate you, Aries, and I hope I catch you next time. Bye.